Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be another mom video. Yes, hashtag mom life. This is me. What's up? But yeah, I wanted to talk about my background basically, and I've done several videos on this before, and I'll go ahead and list them down in the description box. That's Atlas. But I'll go ahead and listen down in the description box. And basically I just wanted to talk about how I want to raise my son and having him culturally rooted and proud. I'm in it for the love. I'm in it for the love. I was raised very different, okay? I was a military brat. I lived everywhere basically. I moved around every 3 years, and all I know is just hopping around state to state, country to country type of thing. That's how I grew up. But you know, I felt most at home when I went to go visit family, visiting the grandparents, and I felt those close roots. The reason I say this is because my grandparents were actually immigrants, you know. My dad's side of the family was from Cuba, and my mom's side of the family is from Mexico. Always going back to family, like everyone spoke Spanish. Spanish was a big thing, but in my close-knit environment it was kind of different because I grew up on base, and you know, it was the thing to obviously know English. Like I live here in America, so you know, also too, my parents are second generation, so it was like the cool thing to speak English if you're, you know, if you grew up in a household where all there was Spanish. I kind of lucked out and I didn't learn Spanish entirely, but I understand it a lot. And you guys, actually talk a lot about this in another video, like I said. And you know, I used to get made fun of a lot, you guys, like, oh, esta güera, blah blah blah, you're not Latin enough, you're not Latina enough, and this and that. But yet I grew up with, you know, family that always spoke Spanish. I ate authentic Latin food. I grew up with certain cultural, like just a very cultural lifestyle, you know, just eating certain foods, mannerisms, and things like that. So, you know, I really want to portray that into my son's life because, you know, I feel like it's so important to even know Spanish and just be rooted into your culture. Basically, that's kind of a recap of, you know, on how I grew up and how everything was just kind of like fast-paced for me, and you know, how Spanish was always so important, yet, you know, it wasn't always around at the same time because of how I grew up here on base. So there's that. Now that I have a son, all I think about is like how I want to raise him, how I want him to grow and learn, and how it's so important because, you know, obviously I didn't learn Spanish to the T, and you know, it haunts me till this day. I don't know, like I see Latinos that don't speak Spanish, right? But it's almost like looked down upon if you don't, like it's almost looked down upon if you do speak Spanish, because it's like, oh, those Mexicans, oh, those Cubans, those Caribbeans, those Latin people, like, oh, you know. And I feel like here in America it's becoming a norm. Certain family members are disgusted by, you know, the country, you know, even like, oh, those Mexicans, or oh, like I don't talk to that family member, like they're poor, or you know, I don't talk to those family members. And like I just don't understand that, you know, because homie, you would not have been here in America if it wasn't for your grandparents, you know, your tia, your tios, you know, your cousins, whatever. You would not be here, you know. I'm super appreciative for my grandparents taking that step and taking that chance to better their lives here in America, and that, you know, that made my parents successful in their own ways. And you know, it's just, I'm so proud, you guys. And if you guys are proud Latins, please give this video a thumbs up, give it a like and all that. But I'm not here to talk politics and get in deep and all that. I'm just here to just speak what's on my mind quickly, because those are the type of things that I see, and I just want my son to know that it's important to learn Spanish. It's important to know where you come from and respect that and love it. I love being Latin, you guys. I love my Mexican side of the family. I love my Cuban side of the family. And I feel like I literally have the best of both worlds, literally. Okay, I'm in a different location. But yeah, I just don't understand why, you know, Latins, okay? Latins make fun of other Latin people because someone is more chuntis or someone, I know people joke around and stuff, but still, like, some people are serious about it. Some, you know, people don't want their children to learn Spanish, or it is looked down upon if you go to certain countries. And it's crazy because, like, other countries know more than one language, you know, and I think that's so beautiful. Like, I would love my son to learn, you know, Spanish, French, Hindi, I mean, anything really, Mandarin. Like, I would love him to learn as much as he can, really, you know? And so I think, you know, us Americans should embrace, you know, different cultures and things like that. But that's just me being, you know, I'm just going off of like how I was raised and how, you know, it's important to better the generations. Like, you know, generations are getting smarter and smarter, and it's like we are the ones that are going to make our kids smarter based off of healthy habits, you know? Because I recently downloaded Duolingo and I was about it for a while and then I gave up. But I don't want to stop myself. I still surround myself around Spanish. I listen to Spanish music all the time. I put only Spanish shows for Atlas, nothing else. I don't even like to put English on for him because I know he's going to learn English regardless. Like, we live here in America and I speak English most of the time, you know? So I know he's going to learn English, but you know, I was recently using that app and it was actually helping a lot. And it's great because my mom and dad speak Spanish, and every time I'm here at my parents', that's all we listen to is Spanish news, Spanish novelas, like Spanish game shows or whatever. Like, that's majority of the shows, or, you know, like, I'm just surrounded by Spanish everywhere and I love that. So, and you know, even on my personal time, like, I listen to Spanish music and I try to implement Spanish in my lifestyle, like with my own lifestyle. I don't know, I just want him to learn like the lifestyle, you know? Like, I grew up eating all these delicious like cooked meals, you know, from both sides of my family. Like I said, I grew up listening to Spanish everything. And even mannerisms, like, you know, I couldn't go to anyone's house. I couldn't even sleep over anyone's house. And I'm kind of thankful for that because I learned like a discipline. I learned that, you know, it's not safe out there in the world. You know, I think it's very important to protect our kids and know where they are at every single movement, you know? So no, I will not be having my child sleep at anyone's house. Like, I need to know who the heck they are, and I have to be like this close to the parents. Like, if I don't know them, you're not gonna sleep over there. And I wasn't able to sleep over anywhere. But like, you know, as a kid I was bitter about it, but I understand, and it actually just helped me grow because, you know, I was taught to, you know, study really hard, go to church and things like that. And, you know, with that being said, I want my son to go to church, and I'm very open with religion, you know, I'm not, that's another topic, but I'm very open with religion, so you know, I would want to practice spirituality with him, if anything, you know, but I would like some type of routine, like a church routine or something, so I would like that, and, you know, just the mannerism too, just, you know, having that respect for your parents. And, you know, it's so similar as anything else, as any other culture, you know, because a lot of cultures have the same type of rules and regulations, you know, in each household. We're all alike, we're all one, you guys, you know. That's what's beautiful about it. But, you know, like I said, like, I guess mainly what this video is about is that, you know, it's okay to love your roots and where you came from, no matter where you are. You can be a Latin European, you know, and feel almost disconnected with your roots because of society. But, you know, as long as you know where you came from and you respect it and you love it and you appreciate your family members for it and what happened and how history went down, like, that's all that matters. And I think that's where what I'm really trying to say, you know. I'm kind of rambling in this video, but it's because I mean goodness out of this, you know. Mainly, maybe I should just title this like My Child's Gonna Learn Spanish, because I'm so passionate about it, but it's not even that. It's just the whole background of it all, you know. And this is not like some type of history class, a history video, but I don't know. That's just kind of my ramble. How do you guys feel about raising your kids? How are you going to raise your child? I follow a bunch of like these meme pages too, which is hilarious. Like the stereotypical Latin person, like what they wear and things like that, and what products they use. It's just so funny. But oh yes, and my child is going to be a clean freak. That's all I know, because that's all I like to freaking do, I swear. And that's all I knew as a kid was just, you know, doing my homework, cleaning, you know, doing doing my chores, you know, and just being a good kid, you know, going to church and this and that. And that's what it really came down to, and I'm glad, because it was just all discipline, and I feel like it built me, you know. And yeah, you know, I'm not gonna wrap my son in a bubble or anything like that, but I don't know. Can any of you guys relate to this? Can any of you guys relate to this? I don't know. But much love to you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting my journey as always. And if you guys like this type of video, go ahead and you know, like this video and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video, you guys. Peace.